All right, it's March 8th, 2025. So, this story is around 2009. Don't quote me on the time. It was a while ago, and there's a lot of stories. And I'm just trying to tell you the ones that I think are more, you know, have more psychic abilities in it and stuff like that. And God gives me a big hand on a lot of them. Okay, so this is about a massage girl. She's in the adult massage industry. Anyway, she's only been in the business about a year and a half. So I'm her driver. I get to know her. I drive her usually on Saturday and Sunday because I'm working most of the week and I'm busy with everybody else. But I got to know her and I started to make more time to drive her, like help her out a little bit here and there. I find out she has three children. She's divorced. She's been divorced about a year and a half. He left her for another girl, woman, whatever you want to say. She has three girls and she has three boys. So I asked her, I says, wow, that's like that TV show, Three Girls, Three Boys. And she goes, not quite. She wanted custody of the children, but because she wasn't working and the husband was working and making good money, they awarded the children to the husband. So I thought that was, not fair because just because someone's more wealthy than someone else, should they have the children? But anyway, as I got to know her, she had visiting rights like once a week, and I wanted to meet the children to find out what they thought. She wanted the children really bad, and I wanted to find out what the children wanted. Now, an angel did come to me and said, you gotta ask the children. See, the children are innocent. Anything, I figure, under 10 years old, providence or puberty or whatever it may be that stops angels from bothering children, well, not bothering them, helping them or whatever, it's got to be an age thing. I think, don't quote me on that. So I've got to talk to the children about where they want to be and see if I can help. So one of the times she's going to need me is a dentist appointment for all three of the children. Now the children are 5, 7, and 8. And they're all boys. So I get to meet them. The mother goes into the dental place to make sure their appointments are all good and ready to go and everything, and leaves the children in the car with me. And so I got to talk to them, and I told them my name. I asked them their names, and I asked them how they're doing in school, life, and everything. And they proceeded to tell me that school wasn't bad, but they didn't like where they were living, that all three of them preferred to live with their mother. Now, I asked them why. Well, your mother's only living, I think it was a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment. And now they're living in a big, giant, beautiful house. Because she told me it was a house and it was really, really done up nice. And they said, yeah, it's a nice house, but we live in the basement. And I go, what? And they go, yeah, we live in the basement. We all share one room. We all have small beds. There's no entertainment whatsoever, and we don't have a lot of fun. The three girls that belong to the female in the relationship between their father and the female, they all have their own bedrooms. They all have their own monitors and TVs and everything in their bedrooms. They all are having a good life, a good time, and the boys are stuck in the basement. I thought that wasn't fair. I thought that wasn't nice. So I asked them all individually. I said to the first one, he was only 5. I said, would you like to live with your dad or your mom? He picked his mom right away. Then I asked the second one. He picked his mom right away. Then I asked the third one, and he picked his mom right away. Then the mother came to the car, brought them all in for their dentist appointment. So then I told the mother after, I said, listen, I figured out why you started to work in the adult entertainment industry is because he left you and he had all the money, so you needed to make money in order to survive. and you started to do this business. I understand that. That's something people have to do to survive. You don't have any real skills. You've been a stay-at-home mother for like 10 years. So I understand that. Not that there's anything wrong with the adult entertainment industry and doing it for whatever reason you need to do it. But anyway, I started to proceed to tell her, listen, I speak to angels, I'm a psychic, I can do all these things. I talk to your boys, they all want to be with you. And she asked me what I can do. And I said, I can help. I can figure out something. You want the kids? Maybe a bigger apartment would do. And she's making good money now in the adult entertainment industry, so that was no problem getting a bigger apartment. So she got a 2-bedroom apartment. She still doesn't have the children yet. And I've met the children now. I met them again, and I've asked them the same questions. Now I have these little coins that I've kept with me. They're 25-cent pieces. I used to collect coins when I was a child and saved them. Didn't know that I would need them for helping people later on. Now all these coins possess a certain amount of power and influence over others and wishes. I usually don't give them to children though, but this is a particular different type of thing that I should do. And I asked the angels, my angel says, yeah, it's a good idea. And the angel that came forth to help these children told me yes. So now, I figure it was about 6-7 months later or something like that. Maybe 9 months. I don't know exactly. The kids have another dentist appointment. The same routine is going to happen. So I go in the car with them, and I have 3. They're half silver, half whatever metal they're made out of. 1968 coins and some 1967s. The 67 I'm going to give to the youngest one. The 2 1968s I'm going to give to the oldest ones, because the 67 has a little bit more power. And if you got to be careful with these coins, because if you have bad thoughts, they can hurt you. And they got power because they've been possessed by me for 40 years or so. You know what I mean? They got power. They can do stuff. They can make wishes come true. So I tell the children, I said, on these 3 coins, you can make a wish. And whatever we wish for, it'll come true. And they said, do we have to make the wish silently or do we have to say it out loud? I said, that is up to you. No matter what it is, that wish will come true. But be careful what you wish for. Because, wishes can be dangerous. But anyway, the first one I give the coin to, he goes, I wish to live with my mom. Second one, I wish to live with my mom. Third one, I wish to live with my mom. So it's done. I already know this is done. But the mother doesn't know this. So, she comes back in the car and she goes, the kids told her about everything that I did. And she goes to me, that's wishful thinking and you're giving us hope and everything. And I said, I'm sorry, but this is going to happen. And she goes, I don't think so. But anyway, a month goes by, and then there's a trial date where she has to go up, and she's trying to get custody of the children. Now she's got a 2-bedroom apartment, but she doesn't have any lawyers. She doesn't have no representation. And the other person he's married to the other lady now, and he has his kids, and he has her kids, and he has tons of lawyers because he has money. So they get up to the judge. Now, what I told her, because she's not really a person that believes in God, the children, I told them these wishes are from God. So if hopefully as they grow up and they're living with their mom, they know that came from God. But anyway, the mother doesn't believe really in God. And that's who I'm trying to convince a little bit too, that God does exist. So I tell her, I said, listen, when you get in front of the judge, 2 minutes before you're sent up there, because they send you up to do the verdict or whatever they come up with. And she's all alone. And she wore a nice dress because she usually doesn't wear very appropriate attire, let's call it that, because of her business now. Well, what she's doing for a living. So I said, when you get up there, you say my name 3 times because I'm going to represent God. And she goes, well, I don't really believe in God. I said, well, then believe in me because I believe in God and God believes in you. And the judge will rule the children in your favor. So she calls me up and she goes, I'm going to do it now. I'm going up because we had cell phones, lots of cell phones back then. Still, 2009 was crazy cell phones. But anyway, she calls me up and she goes, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to say your name 3 times. And then I hope it works. I said, don't worry, it'll work. And so she hung up and she said my name 3 times. And then the judge granted her the children. I think the reason for granting the children to the mother is that the other woman has 3 kids anyway, and the oldest one wanted to go with the mother, and that's the judge asked him. He's 9 years old. He goes, where would you like to live? He goes, with my mother. So the judge says, you can live with your mother. That made me cry a little bit, but I thought it was the greatest thing. And that's the end of this story. Birdy signing out. Bye.